Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts. Just gonna run through this really quick. You guys should know, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, that we're gonna start getting into some Christmas stuff. I'm gonna start out the season with some of my past DIYs. So these are gonna be a couple of DIYs that I've had from last year's stuff, and I hope you enjoy. I have grown a little bit, and so some of these are going to be a little bit, they're not one of my favorites, but there are a few things that I really like, but bear with me. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know down below which one's your favorite, and let's get into them. Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts. I'm so happy you're here. We're going to have another cute video for you, so I hope you stick around and give me a like, thumbs up down there, and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into those DIYs. DIY number 1. So this, guys, I got this at a garage sale. It originally did come from Hobby Lobby, it looked like. I saw that on there, but I got it for $1. So I painted this over with my ink Waverly chalk paint twice to cover up that gold and everything, and then I went over it twice with white paint. And I took these transfers. I wanted to do the little black tail in one here, and I'm just gonna place that on there. You can get these IODs off of just looking up IOD transfers off Google. There's plenty of other people out there too that are actually have websites to go to buy them. And these are their new Christmas ones, so hopefully you can find them. I think they're probably sold out by now. They go really quick, but anyway, you just rub them on. They give you a little plastic tool and you just rub, and I'm lifting as I rub. It kind of helps it to come off the plastic a little bit easier, but and then after that, I grabbed a little bit of, I kind of just dry brushed the edges. I'm just using the same paintbrush that I actually used to paint this black in the first place. And I just went over all 4 sides. And then I thought that this corner was missing something. It was just missing something in general, but I just grabbed a piece of this pick that I got. I believe I got this from Walmart. And I just cut this piece off of it, and then I decided I was going to glue this pine cone down to the top of it. And there you have it, DIY number 2. So this one, this is a plaque that I actually got from Ron's Warehouse. I know you can get these from other places. I know Walmart carries them. I mean, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, all them carry them. But I wanted to stick with kind of like the wildlife theme right now, and I'm gonna go with this deer. I'm getting ready for my show that I'm gonna go do in December here, so I'm just doing a lot of projects that would maybe be appealing for Christmas presents and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm going with this, guys. So keep this in mind when you're doing stuff like this. I mean, you can always give these away as gifts. This one did wrinkle up on me a little bit. Not sure what I did. But it turned out fine in the end, but you can see a little bit of wrinkles in the final reveal. You can kind of see wrinkles now too, actually. They do kind of push down a little bit, but you can still see them in the final reveal. But anyway, I knew I wanted to add something else to this, and I was him-hawing around about what I wanted. So I just added this little berry pick. Came from the same Christmas Valley IOD transfer thing. And I just put it down in the little corner up there. And that was it for that one. DIY number 3. This one's going to be a little bit longer one. I was going to try to do 4 DIYs in this one, but I just kind of ran out of time. And this one kind of took me a little bit longer. Just because I spent more time on it. But these next couple of weeks are going to be really hectic for me. So I've been just trying to craft whenever I can. So this next weekend I'm supposed to be going with my cousin and my husband to go to Bentleyville and Duluth. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And then the next weekend is the sale or the show that we're supposed to be in. So but anyway, I covered this round. I got this at the Dollar Tree anyway. At Dollar Tree, also in the Dollar Tree Plus section, $5. I go over it with antique wax, and then here I am just kind of making a little snow scene. So I kind of just drew my paint across to try to get it to look like a little snowy scene. I do take a pencil and kind of draw this out a little bit, but it didn't really turn out anyway. So, I mean, it was kind of off kilter. So I basically just kind of free-handed my own thing because it didn't, I don't know, it was off. And I didn't really notice it when I was painting it, but I did kind of go in through the lines and it didn't really work out. But I really like how this project turned out. This is my absolute favorite out of this section, which I didn't think it was going to be because I really liked that black-tailed in one, but this one I really, really loved how it turned out, which is saying a lot because I don't really trust myself painting. This is all freehand. So is what I'm doing here, as you saw, I just kind of outlined it, but I wanted my building to be a little bit a different color than the white paint because I wanted it to stand out. So as what I did is I grabbed cashew paint and I grabbed my plaster paint and I just mixed those two together until I got the color that I wanted. Yeah, it just kind of give it a cream color. So it's a very off-white. You can't really tell here until I get the entire thing painted. So I just paint all of the inside of my building there, the top and bottom. And then, as you can see, you can kind of see the color change now. So I'm just drawing this good. And then I grab some more of my antique my ink color in Waverly. I'm just doing all little details. So I do the door, and then I'm doing the windows. If you haven't noticed already, guys, we're going to do a church. And then I do a little window up on top. Be kind of where the bell is. And then I draw a cross at the very top of the church. So then I go in with my acrylic, oh my goodness, you guys, I cannot talk today. My lacquer color in from Waverly. I go over the door, and then I attempt to kind of do a stained glass look in the windows. So I add a little bit of holly branch by Apple Barrel. I'm not sure what that yellow is. Hold on. Dandelion yellow. And then the lacquer in red. And I just kind of fill them in as best I could. I'm trying to kind of smear the colors a little bit to kind of make it look like stainless glass. For the most part, I actually think I did pretty good. Tell me what you guys think. It's probably not what I was going for, but I think the effect turned out pretty nice. And then I kind of went over the door a little bit with that color from the that, like, I don't know, that cream color. I just thought the door was a little too bright. I'm kind of wanted this to make it look farmhousey and rustic and like it's aged, so I didn't want that really strong. So then I grabbed more of the holly branch acrylic paint, and I'm just kind of dabbing it around in a circle. As if you guys can't tell, I am going for a wreath. I'm trying to give it a little bit of a wreath look. And then I go in a little bit with my lacquer paint. And I'm just giving it little berries. I do zoom in a little bit here in a minute so you guys can see what it looks like. It's kind of really hard to see. I made a little bow. That's what it looks like there. And then I go in with some more of my white chalk paint. It's plaster. But I'm just making it snow filled, like it's been sitting in the snow all this time. I do a little bit on the cross even. Then I go back in with some more of my holly branch by Apple Barrel acrylic paint. And here I am just playing around with it, guys. I mean, that's the best part about making trees. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely try it. Keep in mind that there is no tree the same. I mean, you can't really screw up on a tree because there is so many different variations and trees never look the same. So this was actually probably the funnest part for me. I'm just kind of just making whooshes. And then I put a little bit of white paint on it and just kind of blended the colors together to kind of give it a little more of a color dimension. I do go over another coat with the holly branch on that side just because my paint was kind of drying already. But I'm just doing the same thing over there. Just getting a little white paint and wiping it on there. And then I go in with all white paint and I'm just making it look like the branches are covered in snow. Okay, so my next move now, I'm grabbing this, I don't know exactly what they're called. I call it a little dauber, but it's actually like I think it's like a stylist. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just dipping the little end in paint. It has like a little ball at the end of it. I'm just dipping that in paint and just dabbing little dots all over to make it look like snow falling. And that's all, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think. This is my final reveal, and I hope you enjoyed what you see. Give me a thumbs up, guys, please. It really helps my channel grow. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will hopefully get a video out for you guys this next Saturday. Like I said, I'm not going to be in town, but I'm hoping that maybe I can get it out overnight if I can get enough crafts built up for you guys. So that's my plan for the week. So I can see you again on Saturday. Or Friday. Might be Friday night, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I'm not sure what my week is going to look like the week after because of my show. I'm going to have to get ready for a lot of that stuff, so I'm not sure what that's going to bring, but we will see. I will give you guys an update in the next future. But anyway, guys, have a great week and God bless, and I'll see you the next one. Bye. DIYs.
Hi, Biscuit Boo. Later, they managed to record another horrific event for a brief moment. What are you doing? You just laying there? Hmm? Are you just laying there? Look at how cute. You say hi to all your viewers? Can you say hi? Can you speak? Can you speak? 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 Can you speak? Biscuit, speak. 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 You're in the shadows. Nobody can see you now. Come over here. Come over here. There you go. It's a little better. You can get all close and personal. Can you speak? Speak. 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 No? You're going to be stubborn? Speak. You speak? Speak. Speak.
Accessibility shortcuts, 10 items, voice guide, off.
Can you speak? Oh. Oh, such a little whiner. Speak. 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 Daddy will give you a treat. Speak. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, they're good girls. They're good girls. Go get Daddy. Go get Dad. Go get Dad. He got snummies for you.
Good girl. Good girl, baby. Good girl, baby.
DIY number 1. So here, guys, I am just taking a couple of these tags that you can get from Dollar Tree. They were in their summer sea stuff that I got this last summer. You can use any tags. They come out with they come out with them every year or every season. So I'm grabbing some wrapping paper, the buffalo check wrapping paper, and I'm just covering this over. I used this to wrap presents last year, and I have abundance of it left over, so I'm either going to use it up this year or I'm going to use it for crafts, either one. So so I just glued that down, and then I'm going to go over it with my X-Acto knife. This wrapping paper is really thick. I believe I got this stuff from Hobby Lobby, so it is pretty thick. So I didn't even bother to try my sanding block at this, but my sanding block is junk anyway. I need to get some more. And then for this tag here, I went in with some of this sticky wallpaper that you can get from Dollar Tree. My store just started carrying this, so I was pretty excited to try it. But you can use scrapbook paper and everything too. If you guys don't have a Dollar Tree or aren't near a Dollar Tree, or your Dollar Tree don't carry them, you're definitely, I know Hobby Lobby has scrapbook paper that's very similar to this. So definitely check out some scrapbook paper for that. After I get it all cut out, I grab my calendar. It's a 2023 calendar. Oh no, I'm gonna cut out the little circle first. I just grab my X-Acto knife and go around the edge of each circle there, cut it out. And then I go in with my 2023 calendar. It's the farmer's market one. I'm sure you've all seen this DIY used, or this calendar page used a lot. But I thought it would go really nice with this background and everything, so I wanted to use this. I thought it was very pretty. And I've never actually made one of these tag signs, so I thought this was the perfect opportunity to try it out. And here I'm just going over the X-Acto knife to get rid of the excess paper. And here I'm going to just line it up with the other one in the back. Get my glue gun ready, and I'm just going to glue that down where I want it. I do tie the hanger back on. I don't show that, but I grab some of this buffalo check ribbon. I believe I got this from Hobby Lobby as well last year. If you hear a meowing in the background, it's Sylvie. She came in to visit me. But I just looped it over on itself probably like 4 to 6 times. I don't remember which one it was, but it just depends on how many loops you want on your bow. If you want a bow tutorial on how to do this, you can go check out Olivia's Romantic Home. She has a bow tutorial, and she uses this bow all the time. She calls it Olivia bow. So, but here I'm just flushing fluffing out my bow. I cut off a little excess of it. I do leave the string hangers that I tied in the back from the tails of the... Oh my gosh, you guys. The way I talk on here. Anyway, I left the twine strings hanging. I wanted to add a couple of little beads to this. So I got these buffalo check beads from Amazon. I also have some red and black ones. I just stringed them on and then tied the little end to it. And then I do the same to this other side. And then I thought it needed a little bit something else, so I grabbed one of my picks that I have in my stash. What, Sylvie? Guys, she don't get much attention now that we have the dog, so she's very lovey-dovey right now. But here I'm just grabbing some picks and I'm just gluing them right down behind the bow. And there you have it, guys. DIY number 2. So here, I grabbed some fabric, and this one's probably my favorite, guys. I loved how this one turned out. I did not do any measurements. I'm just all doing this by eye. And you know, that's a lot of my stuff is farmhouse, and so nothing's gonna be perfect. It's all rustic and everything, but I basically just cut out a square and then I cut out a triangle from that square. I'm going to do the same thing with this truck fabric that I got from Dollar Tree. The red and white and black fabric there that I have. I got that from a thrift store a long time ago. I've had it in my stash for a while. Here I'm just kind of lining up how big I want the square, but I don't want the tree to be that big, so I'm just kind of seeing where the other one was, and then I go and just cut another tree form out of this fabric, and I just don't go up as high. Like I said, I want it a little bit smaller than the other one. And here I'm just trying to line it up. My fabric was rolling up on me, so I was trying to get it to lay flat. It was being stubborn. But here then I just grab my hot glue gun and I just go along the edges. A little bit on the bottom, but make sure you leave enough to be able to get to flip it right side in and to stuff it. I did end up flipping it back through because I ended up having a spot where it wasn't sticking, so obviously my glue dried before I got a chance to stick it down good or something, but then I'm just folding it back in like you saw me do already. I grab a paintbrush. You can grab a pencil. I actually recommend a pencil because it's going to be thicker. I actually poked through a couple of times on some of this fabric because it was so thin. And here I'm just doing the same thing to this fabric. I've seen so many people do these, and I really wanted to do them last year, but I didn't have time, and I mean, it didn't matter anyway. I didn't have my channel going, but then I'll get to share it with you guys. So I definitely want to make more of these. I really thought these were fun and they're very easy to do. So just keep that in mind, and further DIYs, you might see these again. So just make sure you try to get the corners pushed out. That was probably the hardest thing I had. But there you go. And then I grabbed some polyfill and I just stuffed these till I thought they looked good. You can get an old pillow, or you can use some plastic bags or whatever you guys have on hand. I had the polyfill on hand. That's the only reason why I used that. But I mean, use what you have at home. These, I had the fabric at home. I had the polyfill, and I have everything else that I'm going to be using too. I mean, I did not go shopping for anything in this. So this is a very easy project for just stuff that you have here at home. I mean, you guys can even use old clothes for stuff like this. So the stems here, I'm actually using old foam brushes that I've already used and paint's dried and everything. So I just pulled off the sponge and used the stem. I liked that they were a little bit thicker and everything. If you do not have stuff like this, you could most definitely use dowel rods. I mean, but I really liked that these were a lot thicker. And these little rounds, I've had these in my stash forever. I glue 2 of them together for each tree. I do not even remember where I've got them. They might have been Amazon a very, very long time ago. Probably before I even really was hardcore into crafting. So yeah. But anyway, I'm just gluing the fabric around the stick. I mean, I know you saw me do it on the first one too, so it's... But yeah, just make it a little pocket and glue along the edges. And then you glue the little stick right down to the little rounds. And I absolutely love these. These are so cute. DIY number 4. This is probably one of my favorites as well, guys. And these have been made many, many times on channels. But I'm just going over these 2 2x4s with some plaster chalk paint. I'm drawing a blank. This is actually a blanket from the Dollar Tree. Again, you guys can use any fabric. You can even use real hats. Whatever you guys need to do. You don't have to get stuff from the Dollar Tree. You can use any kind of fabric, any kind of old clothes or anything like that. This is probably one of the simplest hats to make on this little guy. And this one actually would be perfect to have up throughout the season and for like the winter season. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm like the worst at like decorating. I'm lazy. Like, I love Christmas so much that I usually do not take my Christmas stuff down until way after Christmas. So I don't even usually think about decorating for the winter months. I mean, it's usually my Christmas stuff. So these will be up in my house probably until at least March. If not April. There's sometimes I don't even get my Christmas stuff down until April. So I have a hard time taking my Christmas tree down. I love Christmas so much. My whole family knows of kind of where I'm at there. But anyway, so what I'm doing here is I just tied the top of it, the top of the hat after you get the excess off, and then I just cut the little fringes on the top of his hat, and then I glued around it. I mean, it's pretty And you kind of saw what I did. It's pretty self-explanatory, but here I'm just going to cut another strip. I cut off the edge basically because we don't want that sewn edge around it. And then I cut another strip for his scarf. And here I'm just laying him down and I'm just tying it around him. And I just, start gluing it down so it doesn't move. And then I grab my scissors and I do the fringes on his little scarf there too. I do cut the edge off there, that sewn edge, and I do the fringes on that as well. And then I do show you again how to do his hat. I waited to do anything on his face because I had this other one. I do show you kind of how to do his hat. This is also a scarf from the Dollar Tree that I'm using. So I didn't show you the scarf, but I basically did the same thing with the scarf. Now guys, I was really wondering if I really wanted to put eyes and mouth on him. I really do like the farmhouse, just rustic look, and I thought these were just the cutest things with just the little red carrot. So I did leave it without the faces on these. You are more than welcome to put faces on them if you want to, like the eyes and stuff. I grabbed out some buttons, 2 for each snowman, and I grabbed, they are kind of blackish brown, and I just glued them right down to their little tummies. And that is it for this DIY, guys. Let me know what you guys think. See, I'm kind of hem-hawing around if I wanted to put faces on them, but final review. And aren't they just the cutest things? Let me know down below, guys, which one's your favorite. Please like this video if you really liked the content, and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. I would really love to have you guys a part of the family. I enjoy every single one of you, and share this video if there's anybody in your family that would love to see what I have in store for them. I love every one of you, and I love hearing all your guys' comments, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope all of you have a great rest of your weekend. And I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I will have a video out for you Friday. Hope you enjoyed all this, guys, and God bless. Bye. DIY number 1. So this here, guys, I don't even know how much I paid for this, but it is a sign that I think I got from either a thrift store or a Dollar Tree, or thrift store or a garage sale, excuse me. I painted it plaster white. It probably took me 2 coats to do, and now I'm just going over some antique wax into the little grooves to kind of make it look more like shiplap. And then I do kind of go over with my white brush that I had leftover paint on and just kind of rubbed it all in together so it wasn't as dark. And then I grabbed some of this wrapping paper. I've had this in my stash since last year. I grabbed this deer cutout. I got this at Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and I mainly got it for the print, so I can use it as a stencil. I could always use it as a DIY eventually, but that was my main purpose. So I just traced it out onto this wrapping paper that I got. I'm just cutting off the excess now, just so it's easier to rough cut it, or not rough cut it, I would say detail cut it. There you go. That's what I wanted to say. And I promise I don't show all of that for you. I'm just going around and cutting out the frame, or the deer. This is what it looks like when it's done. Just getting rid of my scraps here. And I'm going to place this right down here on top of this white sign that I have. And I do start off with a glue stick because I know I don't want any wrinkles. This wrapping paper isn't exactly the thickest. So I believe I got this at Walmart like last year. And I had a bunch left over, so I'm using as crafts. This is actually a project that I am doing for a Christmas gift. I'm thinking I'm going to actually gift my dad with this. He is a big hunter, and I think he'd like the dark plaid and everything. So it is going to be kind of a Christmassy thing, but I'm not going for a full hard Christmas theme because I wanted it to be a little more rustic. All these DIYs are going to be very rustic, and a lot of them can be used for I would say for winter and for Christmas. But anyway, I then go over it with my Mod Podge just to make sure that it's all stuck down good. I don't want it to come up. I want my dad to enjoy this for many years, so I go over it real good. And this is going to be his Christmas present, so hopefully he does not watch this video. He won't watch it unless my mom watches it, so. I just go over it really good. There was a tiny bit of wrinkling, but since I already glued it down with the glue stick, it actually did very well. So then I did decide to put a little bit of greenery down here in the very corner of it. Excuse me. This is actually just a leftover pick that I've had in my stash for a while from some other items. I believe it probably came from like a garage sale or something. These are picks here from like Dollar General, I think, last year. I just picked off the leaves and stuff, and I'm just kind of gluing them down in a kind of a pattern that I think would look decent. I just wanted to make it look, like I said, rustic and my dad-like, I guess. And that's all I did for this, guys. DIY number 2. So this one I've had in my stash for a little while too. I know I did haul it a while back, but it was probably been since spring. So I just grabbed my antique Waverly wax and I just went over the entire thing. It did kind of go roughly. I did use a sponge brush. But then I decided I was going to go over all the little nooks and crannies with my black. Again, we're kind of going with a rustic look. And I wanted this cabin to look like it's been standing for a long time. Like I wanted it to have the look of many, many years and soot and dirt and all that. So I go over the entire thing with this, including the roof, and just kind of go over all those little nooks and crannies. I'm grabbing my antique wax foam brush again, and I'm just kind of blending all of the colors kind of together to make it look cohesive. I promise I don't show you all of this because it is very, yeah. So after I get the roof and everything done, I go in and grab some white paint, and I'm just dry brushing, like very lightly dry brush. A couple spots do end up getting heavier coats, but I'm just kind of making it look like it's distressed and everything. And this is going to be in the winter, so the white kind of blended in with the snow. Like I said, a couple spots got a little bright, but I do go over it with some antique wax and kind of dull that down a little bit. And then I go over the bottom with the white paint. Again, it's going to be a snowy time, so it needed to have some snow, of course. And I do kind of edge out the top of the roof in the snow and stuff. So then I grabbed a piece of scrap, any kind of scrap piece of paper anyway, but it's actually some of the wrapping paper. And I'm going over the top of the roof with some Mod Podge, and I grabbed some of this Epsom salt I've had in my stash. I don't usually use stuff like this just because it is so messy, but I was liking how it was going, and I just felt like it needed a little bit of sparkle. So I did decide to go over it with some of the Epsom salt. And I go over the whole bottom of it and the roof. I do put it on heavier in certain spots. Any place that I thought the snow would kind of stick. So and then I got some of these little trees from Dollar Tree, and I decided that they would look really cute in the front. So I glued down 3 of them, one on the very end and 2 at the base of the door. And I really wanted to make a wreath for above the door on this little cabin. So this is actually from a pic from Walmart. I just cut off a little piece and I just folded it. And I needed another one, so here is kind of what it looks like. Sorry, it's kind of out of frame. I was trying to scoot it in a little bit so you guys can see what I was doing. But I'm just gluing them together to kind of make it look more full. And then I grab some of the little red berries from Dollar Tree, and I'm just kind of picking them off and gluing them down. And there you guys have it. All done. DIY number 3. So this one, guys, I got a bunch of these shims. I've had these in my stash for a long time. I painted them all with the antique wax first, and then I decided that I wanted a little bit green, so I painted them with a rough paint. Granted, we're doing rustic here, but I went over with some antique Waverly moss color, and here I'm just putting them in a triangle and just gluing them down, just one by one. Now, if I would have left it alone when I should have, this actually probably would have been pretty cute, but I don't know. I was trying to go for a little bit more of a fuller tree, I guess, and I wanted to try to put a stem down for the trunk of the tree. And I just think I way over did it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, I think if I would have left it alone after this last piece, I think it would have turned out really cute. Don't know how I would have done the stem necessarily, but I really kind of like how it turns out right here. I think I do end up pulling that other one out and trying to scoot it in a little bit more, but no, I added another one, that's what it was. And I just try to scoot it in a little bit. But see, that was my issue there, is I was trying to get it to where I could attach a stem, so if I'd glue those two together, my stem would stand up my tree. But it just, I don't know. I thought maybe, okay, if I add more, maybe it'll be better. So here I'm just kind of trying to messing around with it. I'm not even worried about painting them at this point. I just want to see what it looked like. And majority of the paint, or the majority of the shims you wouldn't see anyway. So here I'm just kind of messing around with it, seeing what I could figure out. And here now I'm going in with my antique wax and I'm just doing the sides of it. And now I'm starting to glue them down. But I kept adding to it, guys. I mean, I wouldn't leave it alone. I just needed more in it. But I grabbed like 4 of them in the middle of it, like you see right there, and I glue the 3 together. And then or the 4, and then I glue them down to my little stem. And at first it was standing up, but then it was very top heavy. So here I'm messing around with it again, and then I grabbed one of these little candlestick holder things from Hobby Lobby, and I glue that down to the stem to have a little bit more of a base. Now I'm going over it a little bit more with some antique wax. It seems to stand, so I was okay with that. And now I went over again with some of the moss to give it more of that green color. Not my favorite project. It did turn out okay, but I don't know. It's like I still wanted it fuller. I didn't like how it was open there at the bottom. It turned out alright, like I said, but just wasn't. And I should have painted the back of it before I started gluing stuff down to it, but of course I didn't. But here I'm just taking some of those berry pick, or well, it's not berry pick, I guess. It's a berry garland from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gluing that down to the back where I want it. Then I grabbed one of these little stars from the sticker stars from Dollar Tree as well, and I just had to have a little bit of a star at the top, so I just glued the little sparkly star up there, and that's all we got. DIY number 4. I really like how this one turned out too, guys. So I paid $3.99 for this at a thrift store. It's in very good shape. It's very nice looking. I just painted it very rough coat with the plaster paint. I did a thicker coat, not necessarily to cover the entire thing, but I did do a better coat up on top of it, just because I wanted to add this tissue paper. I actually got this from Upcycled by Bree on her website. I will try to remember to link that down in the description box. I don't know, I'm really bad at that, so but yeah, I really liked these little birds, so I thought this would look really cute. So I just grabbed some Mod Podge, and I'm putting a very, very light coat on this, guys. Very, very light. And I'm just going around, sticking it down. I did have a little wrinkle, so I peeled it up. Just be very gentle with it. You can do it if you're gentle. And here I'm just, going in again with some very light Mod Podge to stick the rest of it down. I do use my brayer, my rolling thing, or whatever you want to call it, to kind of stick it down really good. Also helps get rid of the wrinkles if there is any. And I was dumb. Always try to dry your Mod Podge before you put in another coat over top of it. It didn't do anything to this project, but I know from the past that will wrinkle it a lot easier. So here now I'm going with my glue, my hot heat gun. Now here I had that little piece up there. It was getting too close to the string, so I'm cutting this down, and I'm kind of just going to replace it behind this little bird to make it look like it's coming up. And now I'm going to be going in with a coat of the Mod Podge over top of it all. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna, I grabbed my X-Acto knife and I'm just cutting in between all of the little grooves and stuff to make it look like it's been there. Like it was made for it. And I take my X-Acto knife and I'm just cutting around the bird a little bit. It just seemed like you can kind of see the white from the tissue paper. And I just wanted to cut a little bit of that up there a little bit so where it doesn't look so much. But I actually really love how this turned out. This is another pick from Walmart. And I'm just cutting these little greenery picks from it, and I'm going to be gluing these down. And then I just glue the little pine cone right down in the center of it. And that's it, you guys. Final reveal. I really hope you guys enjoyed these projects. Give me a comment down below. Let me know which one was your favorite. And let me know if you would like to create one of these yourself. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, guys. It really helps my channel grow. Give me a like button down there. That really helps YouTube to know that you guys are liking my content and stuff. And I'd greatly appreciate all of single one of you guys. You help me so much. You have no idea. It really makes me feel good to come on here and, want to craft and make projects for you since you guys enjoy them so much. It really helps the heart. It does. And I appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you enjoy these projects, and I hope you guys have a great week coming up. God bless, and bye-bye. DIY number 1. So here, guys, I bought this jug from a thrift store. I actually paid a little bit much for it. It's $7. But I painted it red. It was actually like crimson from Waverly. I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, you can decorate it whenever. I did not use what you see me put in here. I'm letting you know that now. I'm just trying to give you an idea. But I grabbed this transfer thing. It's actually called Figgy Pudding. That's their Christmas thing from last year. And I just decided it needed something else, so I added a decal on the front of it. This little rub-on transfer. Cute little reindeer. And I just put that down right in the middle. And I grabbed one of the metal or the plastic things that comes with the books, and I just rub it on. This actually was extremely easy, so and once that's all rubbed down, you just slowly peel it back. DIY number 2. This is also probably one of the easiest projects I have, but I just got a bunch of these rounds and I honestly don't remember where I've had them. I've had these in my stash forever, but I know you can get them at Hobby Lobby. I know you can get them off Amazon, and I also know I've heard of Dollar Tree carrying these. I've never seen them there, but you saw there, I'm just kind of gluing down the ones on top, and I go in with some buffalo check red ribbon. This stuff I know I got at Hobby Lobby last year. I bought a bunch of it when it was on sale, and I'm just doing the awareness bow, and I'm just kind of scrunching it in the middle. I do end up taking it apart because it just wasn't working out for me. I don't know what was going on, but you kind of see me. I'll take it apart and redo it, but it's basically the concept of it. Yep, and then I just tie it down in the middle. And then I glue it right down. Well, I don't glue it quite yet. I grab another piece of ribbon. This I also got at Hobby Lobby last year. You've probably seen this in my other DIYs. I'm absolutely in love with Cardinals. But anyway, I was going to do the awareness bow again and do just a scrunch in the middle, but this one wasn't working out so well because a lot of the white was showing, so I decided I was going to do a different style. So I'm just kind of just rolling it in a ball, or rolling it in a yeah, anyway, I'm just rolling it and then gluing it in, and then I just have this little string, and I find the middle, and then I tie it, or I scrunch it in the middle, and I tie it again like you would the other bowl. I hope that made sense, but you can kind of see what I was doing. And then I glue that one down to the top of the red and black ribbon. And then I glue that bow down to the middle. And then I grab some more of this greenery that you've seen me use in so many of my projects. Just decided it needed a little bit more. And I really love how this one turned out. This is probably my favorite out of all of them. It is so cute. If you do remake this, though, I recommend not hanging it on your door if you're in hot or cold weather, because the glue will freeze or melt and it will fall apart. So hang it on a door inside your house. So here I'm just grabbing a piece of white nautical rope and just gluing it down to the top for the little hanger. And there you have it. DIY number 3. So this one, it's a little cutting board. I believe I got this from Dollar Tree way back. I decided I was going to paint it black first. I do go over the front and the sides and the bottom. I don't worry about the back of it. I also grab a popsicle stick, jumbo popsicle stick, and paint that black as well. If you haven't noticed, guys, we're going to make a snowman. So here I'm just drawing a line to know where I'm going to cut it. This is going to be the rim for his hat. And then I go in with my ivory chalk paint and I just give it a good messy coat. I painted it black first because I wanted to give it a little more of a rustic, dirty look. So he kind of looks like he's been out in the weather for a long time. And no snow is clean. So, I mean, it's always got a little dirt in it. So I do roughly go over a second coat, but it's not much, just kind of to, and then I dry it good, and then I go in with my hot glue gun and I glue down this little popsicle stick for his rim of his hat. And then I go in with one of my Posca paint pens, my black one, and I draw some eyes. And then I go in with an Arteza paint marker and I use that for his nose. And again with the Posca paint pen, I just give a little more detail to the nose, and then I make dots for his mouth. Then I grabbed just a piece of ribbon that I've had in my stash. It's just a scrap, but I thought the colors worked really good. And I just tied that around the rim, around his hat, just to give it a little more detail. I found a little green button and I thought that would be cute, so I glued down that to middle of the knot. And then I found a snowflake. You'll see here in a minute. It's actually a foam snowflake. I've had these in my stash forever. I don't even know where I got them. But that was it. DIY number 4. This I've had in my stash for a while too. I got it from a thrift store. I just painted it black. And I recommend painting this white. I actually had to redo this one, guys, because I was not thinking. First of all, I didn't realize that I had another layer of napkin on here, so it didn't turn out anyway. And second of all, with it being so thin, you can always see through it when it's black. So always paint it white. And my camera ends up shutting off, so you don't actually even see me finish this anyway, but you'll kind of get the gist of it. I just cut the napkin out, and I used some Mod Podge, and I just Mod Podge it down. But like I said, I had to redo it, so I basically did the same thing. I just tore it off and reapplied everything. And at the very end of it, I added a little bow This is going to be the final reveal, but I added a little bow to the top corner. You can kind of see it there, and then I put a little black button in the middle of it. But here's the final reveal, guys, and I hope you enjoyed everything. More to come, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. I enjoyed making them for you. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up down there, guys, if you're enjoying my content. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. God bless. Bye.